Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be showing you a few ways to upload a simple file onto the Arweave network. And the main ways that I personally use are through the Bazar, which is a marketplace where users can exchange and trade digital assets, and Ardrive, which is like a decentralized alternative to Google Drive that allows you to store your personal files permanently. But before you do any uploading, the first thing you'll need to do is install a browser wallet. And the one that I use is Wanda, which you can just go to wanda.app and install either the mobile version, but we'll be using the browser extension. So you'll just go ahead and install the extension, and when you're done, you'll see the logo pop up on your top right. And if you click that, you'll have something like this. Just make sure that when you're creating your wallet, to write down the seed phrase that you're given and keep it safely so that you always have access to your wallet anytime you need it in the future. So let's start with the Bazar. The first thing you'll need to do is create your profile. So just click here, create your profile, and you are given some details to fill. So I've already created a banner and an avatar, which I will just upload here. This is my banner, and this is my avatar. And you'll see you have a limit of 100 kilobytes for both the banner and the avatar. So you kind of have this, you're kind of limited in space. And the trick that I personally try to use to get my images to fit there is to use images with as little color as possible, as little variation in color as I possibly can, so that the images can really be compressed. And then I save those as JPEGs. And that way I got my avatar and my banner to look nice, yet still fit inside that 100 kilobyte limitation. But you can kind of just try and figure out, based on what the kind of look and vibe you're going for, try and find a way to compress your images to fit the 100 kilobyte file size. I'll come here, give my profile a name like Hakuna Matata, handle Matata, and then give it a bio, Matata. That's such a cringe joke. Nah. Hakuna Matata palipo hekima. Now I'm sounding like I'm Henga. Let's go. And then I'll just hit save. And then you'll see a message from your wallet asking you to sign. Just authorize. And when you're done, profile created. Step 1, done. So now if I go here and say view profile, and now I have my profile. Now with this profile set, I can start creating and uploading my files that will be tied to this specific profile. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'll come here to create. So don't worry if you don't see the details of your profile on the create page immediately. Just give it a few minutes or disconnect and then connect your wallet again. And after a few minutes, it will update. On my end, it took maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes before I saw the details of my profile on the create page. So once it does update your profile, you should have a page that looks something like this. In reality, it should look exactly like this. But here I have something, a file on the left from a previous attempt at recording this video. So I'll just come here to upload, and you'll be brought to your uploads page. Down here, if your profile is new, if you haven't uploaded anything, you shouldn't see anything right here. But here it's just showing me other assets that I've uploaded previously, and you have the options to include any new files you upload to bundle them in the same collection with previous files. But if you don't have any files yet, you shouldn't see this. So because I want to upload a single asset, I'll hit here atomic asset, and you'll have options show on over here. I'll hit select to upload a file, and this time I'll use the banner. Then now let's look at these options on the right. So if you want the file to upload to have multiple owners having part ownership of the same asset, you can keep this check to make it a fractionalized asset. And you have the option to set how many maximum owners can have part ownership of the asset you upload. But I'll uncheck this so that the asset will only be owned by a single person. I'll come here under these options. You can set the category for the asset you're uploading. I'll set that to art. It's not a 3D file, it's not an audio file. And then if you want to be able to transfer the asset to a different owner or to sell it after you've uploaded it, leave this checked. But if you want the asset, once you've uploaded it, to permanently live on your profile and you won't have the options to transfer it later, you can uncheck this. But I'm just going to leave this checked and hit next. Now, the universal data license is a really cool and unique thing that I've only seen with the Bazar. And it's this programmable license that allows you to attach a license file to the file that you're uploading, so that whoever buys it or whoever accesses it knows and sees the terms that you've set for access for the file you're uploading. So if you go to the docs here, under core concepts, you'll see here the universal data license. You can read more about it, and you can see the UDL in detail if you click here. So here you have the extensive description of the UDL, and you can maybe just copy this page and feed it to your ChatGPT or your Grok or whatever AI service you use, so that it can break it down to you into a digestible format. But in short, the UDL is a license file that you attach to the file that you're uploading, so that where you set the terms of access. And one cool thing I like about the UDL here is if I click the advanced option, it's this kind of, I see it as future looking, because you're given the ability to set, as a creative, you're given the ability to set whether your asset will be, you allow access for your asset to be used to train AI models and such. So here you have access fees. Say if you want to sell it, you can set that to a one time, maybe set that to 1 hour. You can set if you allow other people to create derivations off of your work. You can allow that or disallow it. And you can set the terms of, if you say allowed, you can set the terms. Is it with a one-time fee? You have all these options with revenue share, with monthly fee. Let's say one-time fee. And set that to, say, 10 hour. Commercial use, is this allowed or disallowed? Set that to allowed with a one-time fee of, let's just, because we already did 10, set that to 10. Data model training, is it allowed or disallowed? You can set all of these how you see fit. Say something like 10. But I encourage you to just come here and read about the UDL, dissect it, see how best to use it for your purposes and what you want with the assets you're uploading onto the Bazar. And so I'll set those like that. Or if you don't want to attach a license file, you can just altogether uncheck this. I'll hit next. And here you can review all of the options that you have set for the file you're uploading. If everything is cool with what you're seeing, just hit upload. And you'll be given a message from your wallet. Just sign. And then sign. And you're done. So if I close this, if I say view my profile on the Bazar, so you can see the file we've just uploaded is this one that's loading. This is the one from the previous attempt at recording this video. And yeah, that's how you upload an asset to the Bazar. The other option you have to upload to the permaweb is Ardrive. And this is like a decentralized Google Drive alternative where you upload your file once and then it's stored permanently. So let's just hit get started and see what we have. So I'll hit login and there are a bunch of options. So you can use the same Wonder wallet that we've used with the Bazar, but here we have an alternative option which is MetaMask, and MetaMask is a similar wallet to Wonder but is from the EVM and Ethereum world. So it's nice to see that even from there you still have access to the permaweb. So you can also import an existing wallet, and if you click here, I'm a new user, you have the option to create a new wallet. So we'll just continue to log in with the wallet we've been using. And wait and see. I will log in with my password and hit continue. And then now we are signing in. So this seems like a brief walkthrough is loading. So just hit next and next and go to app. So here you go. Inside here, let's see, we have a public drive. Public drives are discoverable, meaning that others can find and view the contents. So that's cool for if you want to publish something that other people can access online. And private drives offer state-of-the-art security, so you can control who can access your content. So this is kind of like a place where you can upload more intimate stuff. So let's just go ahead and click and create a public drive as an example. Set this to Matata. You have this checkbox where you can set it to public or private. Start to public and create. You can sign and sign and sign. Okay, so there are a bunch of sign messages. And so we now have a drive that we've created, and we can start uploading files and folders in here. So in a similar way, we'll just hit upload, select these two files that we used previously, click open. So we'll wait, and then we're going to see a few more prompts to upload the file, a few more prompts from the wallet to sign. So you have this and this, upload with thumbnails. You also have the option to attach a license, which is really nice to see. So you can, here we see you have a Creative Commons license and a Universal Data license. And Creative Commons is like putting whatever you're uploading into the public domain. And UDL is the similar UDL that we've seen in the Bazar. So you can set whichever license you prefer and then hit upload. And you'll be prompted to sign a few messages in your wallet. And there are a bunch of messages. So the UX could be improved on that side, definitely. And just like that, your files have been uploaded, and if you want to view them, if I click here and say preview, you now have this link. This link is pointing to the file you've uploaded on the PermaWeb. So anyone who has access to this link will be able to view and interact with the file you've uploaded. And you're not limited to uploading an image. I've seen that there are projects that allow you to upload a whole website or a whole web app that's stored permanently on the PermaWeb, which is really, really cool. So here we're just scratching the surface of what is possible with Arweave and AO. So with that, I think that pretty much covers everything. With your file on Ardrive, you can click here. You have all these options. Preview, you can view them. And one thing that I think is really, really cool, so you may have needed to install a wallet so that you can be able to upload and interact with the PermaWeb. But for someone else, if you've published something I find really cool is that anyone else to view the things you've published does not need to go through that process, that hoop of having to install all these extra things so that they can interact with this technology. So I think that's really, really cool and helps in the direction of adoption of PermaWeb apps. It just reduces the friction that most of these other platforms have to go through. They kind of have to they have to get people to install things so that they can interact with the stuff that's on the network, which it's really cool that that's not necessarily the case when it comes to Arweave and AO. Yeah, so I think that's what I have for this video. I hope it was helpful. Do give me feedback in case there's anything anything that was unclear or you'd like to learn more about. You can tell me down in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one.